No intention of leaving. As a matter of fact, I'm going to miss you, John. And I'm going to miss you too, Chuck.
Well, you might miss Chuck. You won't miss me.
No. I have no intention of going. That's one of the battles. There's no reason to leave here. It's awful nice around here. It's good fun.
Do you think of retiring?
What am I going to retire from? Doing this? You know, I do this all day long, except I do it with a piece of paper, you know.
And you get paid.
And plus I get paid, and I don't have to dress up, and I don't have to put on outfits, and I don't have to put any makeup on, and I just walk in just like this and do it and say that's it, and thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and call me again sometime, you dirty, rotten, stupid. And I leave. And I can do this easy, whatever I'm doing now currently. And unless my voice goes away or goes south, I have nothing to retire from.
Okay,
you know,
besides work,
to get you out.
Go ahead.
When I'm still talking.
Okay,
John.
sorry about that.
Besides which, it gets you out of the house. Do you know what I'm talking about, John? You know how nice it is sometimes to get out of the house? Just to be able to say, I see, I gotta go to work. Oh, whew. And your ears get so much better the minute you get out of there. You know, they beat on you. You say, geez, I'd like to stay here, dear, and listen to you rag on me like this, but I really got to go to work. So, out the door. And if you didn't have that, you'd have no
escape.
No, escape's good. Thanks, John. Stop that, John. Stop filling in words for me. I had a bigger one and a better one. I can't think of it right now. That's another thing. Your memory goes first. I can't think of the second thing. Go.
Of all the accomplishment that Ernie Anderson has done...
Name one.
Ghoulardi. There's an accomplishment. Okay. But of all the accomplishments that you have done, is there any accomplishment left undone?
If I could get, like, a little part that I could remember, you know, and just do it, and just have it, like, be a wonderful little thing that I did, and it would be in a movie that would play in 21 BC, you know, I mean, AD or whatever. I'd just like to have that. It'd be my little thing of immortality when you're... It's like I watch old movies and you say, isn't that wonderful, that guy? Jack Oakey is still doing triple takes and they were wonderful. You know, if I could just get one of those in there in that pile, I would kind of like that. I don't know if it'll ever come about, but anyway, I'd really like seriously to do a nice piece in a nice movie. And I've not really worked at that, to get that done, actually. I'm just hoping it will happen, which is the way my whole career has gone all through life anyway. I just hope it happens, and if it doesn't, well, so what? You know, something else will happen. It'll work out. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it, man. It'll be fine.
Still crazy after all these years.
Boy, it was really nice to see him again.
I had a ball out there. What a gracious man. Coming up, Hoolihan and Big Chuck take over where Ghoulardi left off.
25 years of Friday nights will return after these messages.
Still crazy after all these years.
Hi, and welcome back to 25 Years of Friday Nights, an hour-long program reviewing a quarter-century of TVH's late-night movie hosts.
We just bid farewell to Ernie Ghoulardi Anderson, who began it all in 1963. He left behind 3.5 years of incredible late-night entertainment. Now, who do you think would be dumb enough to try and fill his shoes?
Actually, there were dozens of us. When Ernie quit in the fall of '66, TV8 had an open audition for someone to take his place as host of the Friday night movie. And I think every disc jockey in Cleveland auditioned day after day. Now, most of them sort of copying what Ghoulardi did. Then one day, our own Hoolihan the weatherman came up to me and told me that he was going to audition for the job. I said, good luck. And Hooli, knowing that I had written some Parma Place episodes for Ernie, asked me to help him with the audition by writing some skits, which I did, because I thought this was great, because if Hooli got the job, he'd use me in a skit now and then, which is all the television I wanted to do. So I wrote 3 very short skits, and on the audition, Hooli sat on a stool like Ghoulardi did, talked about the movie a little bit, and then led into one of the skits.
Sounds familiar.
Right? The skits, at the time, I thought were pretty good.
You betcha. Hope you enjoy that sequel to Peyton Place. Good book. Listen, we got a new dirty book section behind the drapes back there. You come back again. Okay. Oh, how do you do, sir?
Howdy, howdy.
Well, how are you there?
Fine.
Well, I see you're You're smoking Crawleys.
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
Well, isn't that one? Would you mind if I tried one?
Oh, certainly not. Help yourself.
Oh, I certainly appreciate that. I've been looking forward to a smoke all afternoon.
Yeah, I'll bet you're very busy here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of business.
Oh, yeah, there's nobody in right now,
Yeah.
but, you know, I'm usually pretty busy. Oh, boy, that's smooth. Say, do you save these coupons?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, that's how I got this gun. Stick 'em up.
And believe it or not, the station liked it. They told Hooli and me that he and I were it. And the thing that really impressed them in our audition were 2 singing puppets made from our mouths, a thing that I saw on a Steve Allen Tonight Show. It took me a year to figure out how to do it.
Well, the beat of my heart tell me that we'll never part. We'll be together forever and ever. You make my heart go. Oh, tell me, yeah, you'll always want me here.
Even the newspapers thought that this was the neatest thing they ever saw. And then the bombshell hit. They told Hooli and I that they wanted us as co-hosts, and I told them this was a terrible mistake. I didn't speak well, especially being next to a real pro like Bob Wells. I was embarrassed. My family would be embarrassed when I bombed. I couldn't ad-lib.
Still can't.
I didn't want to go out there and look like a real jerk, but they made me do it. So Ghoulardi's sidekick would team up with an F-80 jet fighter pilot from Nebraska to begin a show called Hoolihan and Big Chuck on December 23rd, 1966.
From the heart of Playhouse Square in downtown Cleveland, from high atop the Television 8 building, it's the Hoolihan and Big Chuck Show.
Here we go again.
We were so stiff it was unbelievable. The beginning weeks of the show were very difficult. People were still comparing us to Ghoulardi. Our skits were all done in the studio, no sets. Now, Hooli and I decided that if we were to go on like this, we had better do something and do it quick. Now, since we didn't have sets, I thought, let's use the city as our set. Let's film our skits on location.
Be sure to wear some flowers in your hair if you're going to San Francisco. You're gonna meet some gentle people there.
This was 1967 or 68. A song was out and it was becoming increasingly popular. I was a junior at Ohio State at the time. I saved this poster from the Cleveland Press. The song capitalized on the popularity of Charles Schultz's character Snoopy.
And Hooli and I also capitalized on it. Snoopy and the Red Baron.
Men have never heard like the screaming sound of a big warbird. Up in the sky, a man in a plane.
This was our first big skit on film, and Hooli actually flew the biplane with the Snoopy head on and all.
Now they're buried.
Meanwhile, back in the studio, we were still using the old RP, rear projector. But we started doing something now that was very popular with our audience. We started spoofing commercials like the Lark Cigarette Company. They had a campaign going on where a guy with a megaphone on a flatbed truck would go around town and ask people to show them their Lark packs.
Show us your Clark pack. Your Clark pack. Same to you, buddy.
Well, Hoolihan and Big Chuck lasted over a year. Now, Hooli and I decided to bring more people into our skits. I met a musician named Tony Carmen at about the same time I had an idea for our series. Winchester Kobasi, you're getting me down. With pepper and garlic, my stomach goes round. I wanted to do a character called the Kobasi Kid, and Tony Carmen became Kishka, the faithful Indian companion. Hooli was Marshall Dillon, named after the very popular Marshall Dillon of Gunsmoke, and I even brought my dog in the series. He was a 120-pound Rhodesian Ridgeback, which we called King the Wonder Dog. But beyond a doubt, the best Kielbasa Kid episode of all times was done in 1969. It is still, to this day, my favorite skit because it won the very first Emmy ever awarded in Cleveland.